This is Tyler Lewis with Phenom Hoop Report. On today's show, we have a very special guest with us, Darryl Harris, the head coach at Bull City Prep. Thanks for being on here today, Coach.
Hey, it's my pleasure. It's an honor. How
Coach
you
Harris,
doing?
he's been at Bull City Prep for 9 years now.
Yes, sir.
He's also coached at Stevens Prep and Body of Christ Christian Academy. Coach has done an amazing job growing young men on and off the court. Not only has he won on the court, but he's won with individuals and his players off the court as well. Heading into the 2021 season, he illustrated to me that this may be one of his most talented teams yet. So, Coach, I want to get into it right away. Obviously, you told me that this 2021 team is your most talented team that you think you ever had. Why is it that this is the most talented team?
Well, from top to bottom, I heard this years ago, and I think it was a correct statement when I first got into coaching that I was on a recruiting trip with Isaiah Hicks, and Coach Roy Williams said, it starts with your point guard. It starts with your point guard. If you got a good point guard, you got a chance. And so he said, you got to have a good point guard, though.
Amen to that right there. The point guard's the general, the leader of the team.
Yes, sir.
He makes your job easier.
Exactly. And I think I have really good point guards. Starting off my lead guard, my starting guard, L.J. Thomas, Lyron Thomas, but we call him LJ. I think he's one of the most talented kids in the state of North Carolina, just in the nation in general. I think he's kind of unknown right now, but I don't think that'll be like that for long. He's a great leader. He's strong. You're not going to speed him up. He plays at his own pace. And then he can make shots as well.
Sounds like you got a real floor general right there, someone that makes your team go.
Yes.
Sounds like you got a good one.
Yes.
I know you got a good one. So
yes.
It's all
we
good.
feel good about that. And then over at the two guard combo wing, we have returning class 2022, Trey Bryd, 6'6", 6'7", long, rangy, just can put it on the deck. He can, his mid-range game is really good. He's improving in the area of his range from behind three. He's a great defender. He's cat quick, very athletic. He's known for his athleticism. Now he's going into a different bag, showing that he can both handle the ball, facilitate. He's all around good. They call him the Swiss Army knife. So we got him over at the 2 spot. And then we have a new member of the team at the 3 spot. I call him a 3-4. Dre Watson, Dre, who goes by Dre, was recently he had committed to ECU. He's recently decommitted from ECU and wanted to open his recruitment back up. He's a heck of an athlete, about 6'8", ultra athletic, strong. He's a grown man, very competitive, and he's expanding his game out to the 3 now, and that's scary. And so, because when he dunks, he's putting his head near the rim every time. So it's like, wow. So usually you don't get both, shooting, putting it on the deck, and that. So that's a plus. And then we have a new member of the team, 2022 class, Josh Smith, who's arguably one of the hottest recruits in the country right now. Just an extremely high motor. Kid plays the right way. He just gets it done. Wears his hard hat every day. You look at it. He's not sexy, as they say. He just get it done. You look up, he's got a triple-double.
I think he's one of the hottest recruits out there right now.
He is.
Man, every time I get on Twitter, it seems like he has a new offer coming his way. So that's a good thing.
Yes, sir. He's a humble kid as well. He's really good, man. And then last but not least, we have the youngest on the team, and actually in that starting lineup, Komei Ekwabor. He's really good. 15 years old, only a sophomore, but he's a grown man.
A grown man at
6'4",
15.
190 pounds, athletic, great mid-range, shoots it out to the three, plays the right way, has a great pace. I really look to see him. He's picked up a lot of interest here lately. We were on the phone just yesterday with Tommy Amaker from Harvard. And, he's showing interest in Cincinnati, Florida, Houston. So, I mean, we're excited. We're excited.
Man, I'm excited for you, man. That group of 5 right there. That's gonna be a hard 5 to beat.
Yes, and not to mention that I can't leave the reserves off.
I know.
We have 6'9", 6'10", Luke Therion from Vancouver. He's a load. I think sometimes people forget about him, and then he goes out when we were making it in the fall league. He goes out. I think Dre or Ja got in a little foul trouble, and we put him in the game right away. 3, next play, dunk, block shot. Next thing you know, you look up, he got 9 points, 5 rebounds. It's like, so that's
it's nice when you can bring one of those players off the bench, Coach. You have another starter on the bench.
Man, believe me, it's not about my coaching. I think I'm a decent coach, but man, when another coach told me, say, hey, when you got the talent, it makes all the difference. And so
sometimes you just gotta let them rock a little bit out there on the court.
Yes, and then we bring 2 dynamite guards off the bench, and a return class of 2022, Zanjay Lee out of Raleigh. He's a stud, 6'3", 195 pounds. Just do everything. We needed a lift late in that championship run. We were in the championship game, and I looked over and I said, man, it looked like we were a little winded. And I inserted him in the game, and we went up by 10 immediately, just defensively. And it was like, wow. Not to mention Rayshawn Lynch. He's a class of 2022 as well. Transfer from Mount Zion Christian Academy over to us. He's 6 foot, but ultra athletic, quick as light, strong. He's a pit bull. And then we rounded out with, we have a class of 2023, Abram, we call him AD Driver out of Wilmington, North Carolina, 6'7". I call him Baby Tim Duncan. He kisses it off the glass. He keeps it high. He's fundamentally sound, great footwork. AD is going to be a really good player for us now and in the future. And so he's getting better day by day. And then the last guy on that roster, kid out of Chicago, Chetadam Ekopora. And he's actually cousins of the big kid that played Okafor out of Duke. They're cousins. Yep. And so we feel like he's coming along pretty good. He runs the floor hard. He's 6'9". And so we rounded out with that group of 10 on the national team. And then, we have 2 high school teams, and that second team is really good too. So, we're excited about where we're going, and obviously the post-grad teams.
Well, I can tell you one thing. A lot of college coaches should be blowing up your phone right now. I can tell you that much. A lot of them. Your phone should be ringing off the hook right now.
Yes, sir. And it is. We get quite a few calls. I think that due to COVID, obviously, that's changed a lot of things about the way that they recruit and the manner they should recruit. Getting out to the gyms. By now, we've probably had, a gym full.
Yeah.
But, due to COVID, they're saying, like, I think January is the timetable.
And they just expanded the dead period all the way to the Final Four now. So.
Right.
So, and I give a lot of props to these college coaches too, man. They're doing all they can to setting up Zoom calls, watching live stream games. They're doing a great job of still trying to get out there, recruit, and get the best players they can to go to their school. And obviously, you see it every day. I'm sure you've been on multiple Zoom calls with a lot of your players, and they're doing the best they can with what they're given. And that's what basketball is. Like, you got to step outside of your comfort zone sometime and figure out a way to get it done.
Definitely, Tyler. They've done a good job. I would say, some of my top recruits, more so been on a lot of Zoom calls and just FaceTime calls. I've even, we had to become, fixers of the problem, if you will. We had to, kind of say, okay, let's think of ways, be innovative in ways that they can see these guys. So we set up Zoom practices and FaceTime on the phone, just sit the phone over there and let them watch practice. And so welcome to this new world. But we, that's what we built on here. We are in the U.S., we just keep going. We find a way, right?
Find a way.
So yeah, man, it's been interesting. And then just on the phone a lot. On the phone a lot.
Yep, that's awesome. So I want to get into a little bit of you and just figure out questions like, hey, why do you coach? What fuels your fire? Like, what's your mission statement for your team? Like a coach, like a team coached by you, how can, if I go to the gym, never seen your team play, what am I going to see?
Okay. So first of all, I start off with the first question. What fuels my fire is really, I always tell people it's sort of selfish in a way, if I could say it that way. I'm still that, although I'm 51 now, I'm still that 17-year-old that when I look back, I wish I would have had someone who just really cared enough to go beyond the X's and O's of coaching and just, drills and things like that. And all that stuff is great. You need that too, right? But just the off the court stuff, making decisions, having the hard conversations, just leading, guiding, and really building these young men into men, right? So that's one of the things that fuels my fire, just to see that turn over. We house kids here at Bull City Prep as well. And now we've expanded to Charlotte, North Carolina, right, as well as in Durham. And so now, we got 40 kids in the program throughout the program. Now, we're probably housing about 25 altogether. Now, you get to live with these kids. They live with us. They live with my head coach, Aaron Clyburn, which he'll shout out to him. He's doing a great job down there in Durham, North Carolina. And I'm here in Charlotte now. And every day, it's just that day-to-day to see them grow. When they go home for a break and their mom say, hey, what have you done to him? I said, what you mean? He fixed his bed, like he cleaned his dish. He's washing his own clothes, things like that. He learned how to cook a pancake or whatever, It's just like the basketball part, it's kind of easy because we love it so much. You kind of, that's second nature, right? But some of the things that they need to learn, that's what we do it for.
And I think that just speaks of your character because, you're getting these kids to do so much more than bounce a ball or, like teaching them basketball. You're teaching them like life lessons that they're going to have to deal with for the rest of their life. Like when they're 40 years old, basketball, they're not playing anymore. As much as we want to play right now, you're 51, you probably want to get out there and play as much as you can, but you can't. So you got to figure out other things, and you're teaching them things that's going to help them grow, not only now when they're 17, 18, but it's going to carry over when they go to college and when they get 30, Absolutely. When they first job, second job, whatever, they're going to carry these things that you're teaching them right now for the rest of their life.
And they're going to be fathers one day.
Yep.
They'll be fathers, husbands. And it's not always easy out here in life. Life is coming at you fast, as they say. Bills, I say, man, enjoy this while you can. Respect what your mom, your father's doing for you now, even for you to be in this program. Respect what's going on and enjoy this time because it's going to go by so fast. Already, we're 2.5 months into this program. I said, look, we're going to look up. It's going to be January, and then we're going to look up, and you guys are out of here for the most part, the ones that's the post-grad and the upperclassmen, the seniors. So, hey, just grab it. But to your second question, Tyler, the part of that question was, what would you see, like if you came in the gym? I liken myself to be, I call myself a player's coach, meaning I like to let, if a player is athletic, likes to, he's really good at running, jumping, moving quickly. I want to play an up pace. I let him play that role. That's what he does. That's what he brings to the table. Instead of trying to, now you need to harness it sometimes. Sometimes, players can get out of control or whatnot. and we know what college coaches are looking for. But having said that, if a player is a three-point shooter, okay, we're going to let you do that. That's what your role is. But we're also going to give you, where you can get it off the bounce, because now that's going to expand you and make you more versatile. So we like to run and gun. We like to press a lot. I like to play a unconventional 2-3 match. Most people know that. It's not like I'm letting out some secret or something. We played that against you guys when you were at here. It didn't help much, but it didn't help much with the shooters that y'all had. But we like to play that. And that's like a college level of playing defense. So I try to implement things like that. But for the most part, just letting them go, be under control, run and gun. But if we don't have anything, slow it down, set up a play, operate, execute, because that's what you're going to need to do at the next level.
I like it. You kind of described your whole coaching style too, which I love.
Yes, sir.
So obviously you've been around the game for a long time and you've been successful building multiple programs. So what is like that one thing, I know you kind of touched on it a little bit, but like your motto, your mission statement that just really kind of touch on, hey,
right,
this is what we got to do year in, year out to keep continuing this success?
Right. Well, it's just simple, if you go to our website, we say hard work, dedication, endless possibilities, right? If you do that, if you put in the hard work and you're dedicated to it, then the sky's the limit. And so that's been our motto here. A few years back, I had a coach that he's doing his own thing now. Great coach, great trainer, Stephon McQueen. And he was with me for like 3 years, and his whole thing was go hard, and that's the name of his AAU team, right? And I've kept that motto going. Let's go hard, because we built it from as the young boys say, from the mud. We got it from the mud, and so it's like, okay, I still feel like we're getting it from the mud every year, and just trying to gain that respect as, okay, it's a little outside the box. What is a prep program? That type of thing. So hard work is going to prove to people and have people look at it. Say, okay, hold up, we got to respect what they're doing over there, not only at Bull City, but other programs, the Moravian Preps, the Legacies, S4G. We had right here in this city, Coach Wright is doing a heck of a job over at Lincoln Heights, Liberty Heights.
Doing a tremendous job.
They loaded. Winston-Salem, Christian, they're doing an awesome job. And so now we just want to keep it going by just working hard and just being dedicated. And then there you go. The sky's the limit. So that's what we build it off of.
So, I mean, obviously you talked about your mission statement, your motto and stuff like that. Where do you see this program in the next 5 years? How much success do you see? Where do you want it to be in the next 5 years? Like where do you want you to be, everything else?
Okay. Well, to answer your question, I want to do it in two parts. If someone would have told me 12 years ago, that it would be where it's at now, I'd have been like, wow. I didn't see this coming. I didn't choose it. It chose me, I feel. I feel like it was, God's calling on my life. I wanted to be in ministry, actually. I was at my church, and a guy walked in and started talking about a prep program, and I had never heard of that. And so that's how I ended up volunteering at Stevens Prep, and I just fell in love with it, and the rest is history. And I say that to say this, that I see it's grown over the years. I've learned the ups and downs, NCAA rules, regulations, things like that. I would say that in the next 5 years, we're looking to build our own facilities, on campus, become an institution, which I think we kind of move. When I say that, I hesitate some, because it seems like we're moving, especially in this age of COVID, we're moving to more online schooling, things like that. But that still is a vision that we have to break ground and have our own facilities, not only in Durham, but here in Charlotte. And so, and not only to have, like, say, basketball, but have a women's program in basketball and possibly other sports and just academics as a whole with Bull City Prep Academy. So that's kind of like the big picture.
You brought up sort of ministry before you got into coaching. How does your faith background kind of lead you in your everyday life? And just, none of this would be possible if it wasn't for your faith and God and the man from upstairs. So like, how does that play a role in your life? And how do you kind of lead that into your team as well?
Yes. Well, sometimes I'm going to use this. I'm laughing when you say that. Definitely, I'm a believer. And I believe that without the Lord, I'm nothing. And that, not to sound super spiritual, but I know my background, my testimony. I grew up in Durham. My father was a high school All-American, had 60-some scholarship offers, but never was really a part of my life. In my 30s, I got to know my father a little bit better before his early passing. But by that time, I had become a Christian. I had forgiven my dad. But there again, it goes back to what fuels me. Just that leadership, and God leads me every day. Having said that, and my pastor, when we started the program at Body of Christ, we were there for 2 years, and we had some great, wild success there at Body of Christ. I mean, guys by the name of Kevin Punter is having a phenomenal career. Isaiah Hicks, John Brown. I mean, the list goes on. And so when we were playing a game, and I was just so upset with the kids, and he said, sometimes sometimes you got to take the ministry hat off, the minister's hat off, and you got to be a coach. So I laughed about that, and I laugh about it now. Sometimes I tell the kids, okay, I might say a few words, a few choice words here and there, but I try to keep it, to a minimum. But they know that I have faith in God, and they hear me talk about my faith a lot, and I try to model it in front of them. Definitely, because every day, even around Bull City Prep and any other program and just life in general, it's not going to be sunshine, right? So you got different things going on. The kids, I have an open door policy. Just come, call, knock, whatever. We could talk, pray together. Hey, I love them more than just about basketball, and I tell them that every day. So that's how it leads me, Tyler. Like just to do the right things, doing to others as you have them doing to you, and then it keeps coming back.
I love it. And obviously, you're doing the right thing and giving these guys teaching them, like I said, what's most important in life. So
absolutely, brother.
And I love it. My last question here. I wish I would have ended on that one because it was a great one.
Right.
But obviously, you kind of hit on it a couple answers back about some of the players that you coached. I just want to know, if you had to pick your starting five right now of all the players throughout your years of coaching, who would they be?
Oh my God! You look, and this is gonna be live straight. I mean, you're gonna put this out on the thing. I'm like,
I am.
I'm on the hot seat.
Hey, if you don't want to answer, it's okay. I mean, you got Ty White, man, gave me a very political answer and said, "Hey, they're all great." So I understand.
That's my guy. I think. Look. I would follow Ty, but what I'm gonna say is, because my guys, they know that as I always say, I'm gonna keep it real with them, right? And I think that'll be tough because it's so many, right? But if I had to say have coached and up to this period, what would be my starting five? Wow. Now let me ask you this.
Hey, it's just 1 through 5. I don't care what position. You just got to give me your top 5. There you go. That you're putting out to win a championship right now.
Let me ask you, in Bull City or
no. All the people you ever coached.
Man, well that kind of makes it a little easier then.
Well, there you go. I helped you out a little bit.
You did. And then I'm gonna give you my honorable mention after that. But obviously at the point guard position, I have to start off with Dennis Smith Jr. Coached him with Team Loaded. He was actually planning, thinking about really hard coming to Bull City Prep his last year to have that national exposure. And then he had a knee injury. Then I have to actually, he's an NBA All-Star and bam, with Loaded. And then I would have to say one of the hardest working guys and just all around talent. I spoke about him. He was directly out of our program. Kevin Punter. He ended up at Tennessee. He was the second leading scorer in the SEC behind the #1 draft pick. And his work ethic is off the chart. He's just a relentless competitor and great overall kid. Kevin Punter. And then I would have to say, this is where it gets tough at the big spots. Isaiah Maurice. Isaiah Maurice had a high school career, went on to K-State and then on to Memphis. So I would have to say him then. Aaron Bennett, the big fella that's at Marshall now. I would have to say Aaron.
Well, that's 5 right there, Coach. You done.
That's 5. And then I done left some great Detwan Rogers. Oh my God, Darryl Davender at point guard. I mean, man, that list can get pretty good. Mikael Sims at the wing and finished up at VCU this year.
Man.
Dante Caldwell just won a CIAA. I mean, like,
you know I was gonna put you on the spot like that, right?
Yeah. So definitely.
Sounds good, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on here, and
yes, Ty.
Sounds good, man. I appreciate it, and thanks for taking the time.
Yes, sir. We're looking forward to all the events y'all doing. Y'all doing a great job, man. And thanks for y'all support, and we're looking forward to it.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for y'all support.
Yes, sir. All right, champ.